Okay, we're coming to our last talk of Adopting Bitcoin Cape Town 2024. Really sad to admit that, actually. It's been such a wonderful time that we've had together. I just want to thank you guys for turning up, for listening, for giving your precious time, because time is scarcer than Bitcoin, to us, and yeah, for spending time with each other. So please do give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you so much, everyone. It's been such a pleasure and a privilege and an honor for me, so thank you. And I'm really glad you're still here, because you're about to witness the best talk of Adopting Bitcoin Cape Town 2024. The man I'm about to introduce onto stage is a lifelong activist. He is the most popular Bitcoin podcaster in Italy. He is just slightly less attractive half of the Bitcoin explorers couple. He once threw toilet roll on an audience of Swiss bankers and Bitcoiners. He survived on Bitcoin only, yeah, round of applause for that. He survived on Bitcoin only in El Salvador for 40 days, just weeks after Bitcoin became legal tender in the country. And recently, he spent some time documenting Bitcoin in the Middle East. This talk will be packed full of really useful, actionable information, so I encourage you all to listen in intently. Please welcome Rikki to the stage.
Wow, thank you very much. My first African conference. Thank you so much for having me. What a wonderful event we just had. Please, a huge applause to all the volunteers that helped everything you just witnessed. What a team you guys have here. So, Bitcoin adoption from the Philippines to El Salvador, the HODL paradox. My name is Rikki, and I am part of the Bitcoin Explorers. The other half is my super talented partner, Laura. What we do, basically, is traveling the world, focusing on Bitcoin circular economy, especially in hyperinflated economies and third world, actually, emerging markets. That's the QR code to our link tree. We document what we see on vlogs on YouTube and on our social media. We've been doing this for the past year and a half. Bitcoin economies, Bitcoin circular economies are popping up all over the world, but it's hard. I think in our Bitcoin space, we don't realize how hard it is to start and maintain and bootstrap a Bitcoin circular economy. We recently, as Joe said, we've been in the Middle East, Turkey, Lebanon, hyperinflating economy. After that, we went to Boracay in the Philippines. Boracay is this kind of place, guys. You have to go there. It's a paradise. White beaches, crystal clear water. It's truly a paradise. It's one of the most popular and touristic island of the Philippines. But of course, the Philippines are not a paradise. 36 million Filipinos are unbanked, and that means 53% of the country's adult population. Because having a bank account in the Philippines, it's very expensive, not everyone can afford it, and it takes a lot of paper and work to get one. But that's the thing. In the Philippines, everyone has a smartphone. Everyone has a smartphone. A cheap Chinese smartphone, of course, not the latest iPhone, but they do have a smartphone, and they even sell cards on the streets where you can buy 300 megabytes traffic, 1 gigabyte of traffic. So everyone has a smartphone, and everyone is connected to the internet. And that solves a problem, because there are super popular apps in the Philippines, like Gcash. Gcash is very similar to WeChat. It's a huge app that allows the Filipinos, among many other things, to send and receive money digitally. And they can cash out and top up their account basically everywhere. Gcash is everywhere in Asia, but everywhere, especially in the Philippines. And that's when a company called Pouch comes into this story. What they thought is if every Filipino is used to scan a QR code on GCash to pay for goods and for services, well, maybe we can bootstrap, we can try in Boracay to bootstrap a Bitcoin-based, Lightning-based circular economy. And that's what happened. These are the signs that you find everywhere in Boracay. Pouch accepted here, Bitcoin accepted here, Bitcoin Lightning accepted here. The idea was so successful that in few months, this company, Pouch, was able to onboard literally hundreds of merchants, 250 merchants at his peak in a very small island. So, really a big achievement. This idea was so successful that right in the middle of the most touristic avenue of Boracay, this is what you could see. Pouch, a Pouch store, a Pouch office with a huge Bitcoin logo on the top. How cool is that? This is awesome. But I'm sorry, I have to apologize. This picture is not good resolution, and that's the reason why. The reason why it's so bad, this picture, is because this is the only picture of this office I could find online. Online? Yes, online. Because now, actually, 3 weeks ago, this is how the very same office looks. So I'm sorry, but this is a sad story. What happened? Initially, Pouch was very successful on the island, 250 merchants. But if you go there now, less than half of the shops and restaurants and hotels that were accepting Bitcoin 6 months ago, 1 year ago, are not accepting Bitcoin anymore. Don't get me wrong. You still have dozens of amazing merchants that accept Bitcoin in Boracay. We lived there 4 weeks without touching fiat, basically. You can do whatever you want. You can sleep, you can eat, you can do paragliding, you can take kite surf lessons, all in Bitcoin. But they decided to close down the office because there was not enough traction. And why is that? Of course, I talked to the guy of Pouch. They did some mistakes. They didn't probably worked hard enough on educating the Filipinos on the island. It's important to teach the merchants why Bitcoin is so valuable, why they should prefer to receive Bitcoin than fiat money. And this was the first mistake. Probably they focused too much on adoption. You don't need 250 merchants. That's too much. But when you go there and you ask the merchants, this is what we do basically in our life. Hey, hello, do you accept Bitcoin? Because I have Bitcoin on me and I would love to spend Bitcoin at your store. So when you ask them and they tell you, no, I'm sorry, we don't accept Bitcoin anymore. Of course, what we do, we want to learn. We want to understand what's going wrong. We ask them why. And this is the answer. Lack of Bitcoin transactions. Not enough payments. And this is not happening only in Boracay. This happens in every circular economy we visited. This is our YouTube channel, our proof of work. If you want to witness with your own eyes, you can watch our vlogs. For example, in Guatemala, there is a lack of transaction. In Costa Rica, there is a lot of transaction. Even in El Salvador, the Bitcoin country, there is a huge lack of transactions. When we went there the first time, it was late 2021, as Joe said, few weeks after the law was effective. We spent 45 days in the country, touring the whole country, not just San Salvador, the capital, or the Bitcoin beach. Of course, they accept Bitcoin at the Bitcoin beach. It's called the Bitcoin beach. We wanted to understand what happens far away from the touristic places, deep in the south, close to La Union. Is it possible to shop at the market? Buy 2 bananas. So we toured every single corner of the country. And we managed to live 45 days without touching cash or credit cards. We went back after 1 year. Those videos are 1 year old. We did the same trip. And we found out that actually the adoption got much worse. It was much harder to live only in Bitcoin in El Salvador in late 2022, early 2023, than in 2021. And why is that? When you ask a Salvadorian merchant why they stopped accepting Bitcoin, the answer, they tell you 2 things. One, Bitcoin doesn't really work that well. By saying this, they mean the Chivo wallet, the state-owned wallet that they've been given to, doesn't work well. That's another story. We're not going to discuss about it now. But the other answer they give you is nobody's asking to pay in Bitcoin. If you watch those videos, you're gonna see in San Salvador are restaurants that when we ask, can we pay in Bitcoin, they panic. They tell us, yeah, just wait a second. They try desperately to find a tablet. They take out the tablet, dusty. They have to plug it in because it's been with 0 battery for ages. And then when the tablet finally starts, nobody knows the PIN. So panic, call the owner, what's the PIN of the tablet? And then finally, they give you a Chivo wallet QR code and you can pay. And when we ask them, when was the last Bitcoin transaction? Oh, they told us 1 year ago. And that happens everywhere around the world. And this is interesting to me. Why is that? Maybe because of this. Everyone wants Bitcoin circular economies. But who wants to proactively spend sats to support pioneers, merchants, circular Bitcoin economies? Nobody usually in the Bitcoin space. And that brings us to the main subject of my talk, what I called the HODL paradox. Now, don't get me wrong. I save in Bitcoin. Everyone should HODL. Bitcoin is my saving account. But that doesn't mean that I don't want to spend Bitcoin, ever. This meme, it's so strong in our community. HODL is everywhere, on t-shirt, on hats, all over the internet. But can you raise your hand if you know where the HODL meme comes from? Okay, fantastic. It comes from a very old post on Bitcoin Talk. Raise your hand if you read the actual post. Very few. Okay, cool. Let's do this together because I want to understand. So this is it. This is the meme. Look, December 2013. It's 10 years old. More than 10 years old. 2013, Bitcoin just crashed big time. There is panic in the Bitcoin early days. And this guy, completely drunk, write this rant and he mistyped the title. I am hodling, not holding. But what does he write? Oh my God, guys, BTC is crashing. I am a bad trader, and I know I am a bad trader. Oh no, it's going down. I'm gonna sell. Oh, traders can only take your money if you sell. And blah, 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 blah. Do you understand what I mean? We completely twisted and perverted the meaning of the HODL meme. HODL means don't panic sell. HODL means don't trade your Bitcoin. HODL does not mean never spend your Bitcoin. And this is so true that check this out. There is a plot twist because nobody reads this to the very end. Sue me, but only if it's payable in BTC. So the actual author of this meme actually wants and consider willingly to spend BTC because there is nothing wrong in spending BTC. Now, in my opinion, this is a problem. And I think the HODL meme should be considered obsolete in our community because it's actually getting dangerous for the future of Bitcoin. Because many of us forget that Bitcoin is two things in one. Bitcoin with capital B, the Bitcoin peer-to-peer protocol, and Bitcoin, currency, system of units, 21 million. These two things are so deeply intertwined, and both have to succeed if we want Bitcoin to succeed. There's not a world where the protocol fails and the 21 millions goes to the moon. These two things are crucial. Yeah, but HODL, bro. How many times we've witnessed this? Paco, Joe, everyone that travels in Bitcoin communities all around the world have seen Bitcoin fanboys with a Bitcoin or Bukele hat in El Salvador, with a Bitcoin beach t-shirt, with the Bitcoin shoes that goes to Bitcoin meetup, order 2 beers, and when it's time to pay, they flash the American Express Gold. Oh no, bro, HODL, I spent the week money first. Bro, you bought 2 beers. It's 50,000 sats. Maybe you're not stacking enough. And we should save in Bitcoin. But how do you like the Lightning Network? Who has used in this room the Lightning Network in the past month? Raise your hands. So cool, right? Instant settlements, cheap Bitcoin transaction. This is how we win. By scaling Bitcoin, by improving the Bitcoin technology. And today, who's doing that? Who's building the Lightning Network? Companies like Blink, companies like Breeze, companies like Phoenix, you name it. You name it, all those amazing wallets we all use and love. How do they pay developers to improve their apps? With fees. And how are they supposed to keep scaling Bitcoin and to make it even better, even faster? How they are supposed to be Lightning service provider? How they are supposed to build layer 3, layer 4, layer 5? If they have to rely only on Bitcoin VCs, if they cannot make out a living out of transactions. That doesn't mean we should spend all our Bitcoins, of course. But is Bitcoin inevitable? This is a question that is very popular in our ecosystem, in our world. I think we can agree, yes, Bitcoin is inevitable. Why? Because the fiat system is not sustainable on the long run. Whoa, wait though, on the long run, there is another question that nobody asks usually. When Bitcoin? Yeah, it's inevitable, but it's going to be in 20 years? It's going to be in 40? It's going to be in 80 years? Are we stacking for our grandchildren? Yes, there's nothing wrong with it. But are you sure you want your grand or grandchildren to live in a Bitcoin society? Don't you want to have a taste of it before you die? I do. So when Bitcoin depends on us, when Bitcoin depends on how and when and how many times we want to support merchants that are accepting Bitcoin, those merchants are pioneers. They are the first, and we should support them. Jimmy Song usually talk about fiat that must be destroyed using the phrase fiat delenda est. It comes from Latin. It was referred originally to Carthago. Carthago must be destroyed. They proactively went there and destroyed Carthago, though. They didn't wait in Rome for Carthago to fall. So fiat must be destroyed. I agree. How we are willing to destroy fiat by opting out and supporting circular economy, supporting merchants. I'm gonna say something extremely controversial now. If you find a merchant that accepts Bitcoin and that sells something that you can afford, and you proactively choose to spend dollars or fiat currency or a credit card instead than Bitcoin, you are a fiat coiner. It doesn't matter how many Bitcoin you have. You are a fraud. You are a fiat coiner. Because you are paying fees to MasterCard, you are paying fees to Visa. And every time you spend dollars or fiat currency, you are increasing the demand for fiat currency. HODL to death. I'm never gonna fucking give you one sat. Has to die. Otherwise, it's gonna take us ages, bro. Ages. It's true, I'm sorry. Someone had to say it. So, let's do this. Let's replace HODL with HODL plus spend plus replace what you just spent. Because, there's nothing wrong with it. Oh, bro, but if I have to buy my sats back, it's gonna cost me 1.5% commission. Yes, exactly. And those money are going probably to a Bitcoin-only company to support their Bitcoin business. So you're investing in Bitcoin. You are making your Bitcoin more valuable every time you spend Bitcoin. So please, do me a favor. Save in Bitcoin, but HODL plus spend plus fucking replace. Thank you.
Did you understand the instructions there? Was it loud and clear? Good. What was it? HODL plus spend plus... Fucking replace. Thank you, Jesse. One quick announcement for tomorrow morning. The buses, if you're going on the trip to Mossel Bay, are leaving here at 9 a.m. sharp. Don't miss the bus. Simple as that. And then Rikki had something to say very quickly about the braai tonight. Apparently braai means barbecue. I finally found out.
Hey everyone. First off, thank you very much for coming to Adopting Bitcoin Cape Town 2024. Please give yourself all a big round of applause for being here. And huge shout out to the organizing team, especially to Max, the man with the plan to make it all happen. Thank you, Max. And to Kotsatso, Goku himself. Thank you, KG. And of course to Herman for having the tenacity to pull this all together, and Jenya, long-suffering Jenya. Okay guys, so for the braai, yes, barbecue means braai, not the other way around, actually. So, yes, like all of our stuff, you culturally appropriated it. Anyway, let's not go down that rabbit hole. So the braai kicks off at 6 o'clock at the Fresno Sports Club. It's a bowls club, so there'll be some garden bowls happening. Please Uber if you can, because parking is extremely limited. And then please make sure you've got sats in your Lightning wallets, preferably Blink wallets. Shout out Blink. You can pay for tickets at the door. It is 370 Rand at the door. And there's a cash bar available. Cool. Thank you very much, guys. Cheers.
Thank you so much, Rikki. Another one of the incredibly useful people as part of the past 2 days. It's been absolutely fantastic. A few more people to thank. Jesse's got his hand up. How do we make them accept sats for drinks? I think if we all say, yeah, we'll just let Rikki on them. Get Rikki a little bit drunk and then, let leash the Italian man on the bar. There's a few people we haven't thanked, and they've been the wonderful sound and video guys who, by the way, accept Bitcoin now. So if you want to tip them for doing a great job, then they're all there. Also to the catering staff, the organizers, for the lovely conference center for letting us host this freedom of speech event in Cape Town. It's been such a wonderful time, so thank you to them as well, wherever they are. Well done. And I think we should just finish it off with another big chant. Oh, a photo. Oh, of course. Social media guys. Would you like those that want to be photographed, would you like to come on stage? We'll do a big team photo. Yeah? But one more time just to get us in the mood. HODL plus spend plus fucking replace. There it is. There it is. Short people at the front. Get on the crates. Would someone who's not wanting to be in the photo, would they be able to take it? Oh, great. We've got photographers. Herman, what are you doing, man? Get over here. Is everyone who wants to be in the photo approaching the stage now? Janya, come on, come on. Herman, get in the middle. Oh, yeah, I'll get in the back, sorry. Sorry. Okay. Is everybody in the photo? More in, more in. What do you say in South Africa instead of cheese? Because you invented cheese, right? Satoshi. 2, 3, Satoshi! HODL, spend, and fucking replace! Okay, one more for the video. Are you filming? HODL, spend, and fucking replace! Woo! Well done, everyone.
Sorry, Stu.
Yeah, hi.
Let's try to get a phone at the bar. Get someone's phone with a blue wallet, and we all tap the phone.
Okay.
And then we can do a transfer from their phone to or get them to download the app, the bartender.
Yeah, Blink. I mean, Blink's the easiest one.
But I mean, you're organized.